Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Silver. Sorry about that crazy, well not sorry, because I actually thought it was quite a fun video. That crazy video that went up on, well, today is actually Friday, so it's the day I uploaded it, but this is my future self talking, so I'm going to use the past tense, as if... sorry about, well no, that crazy video that I uploaded on Friday, first of all it was mental, and second of all it ended off abruptly about here, where I just ended off mid-sentence, and then said, okay, bye everybody. What actually happened was, when I was up here explaining, my mom came home from work, so, like, it wasn't that I couldn't have continued from recording or whatever, but actually she came home sick from work, so, like, I wanted to kinda, I wasn't going to just hole myself up in my room while my mother was, like, being sick in the house, you know, that kind of way. I was, like, looking after her and stuff, so... What I was actually just saying was that you can find Shuckle here, and I'm pretty sure you can find Krabby as well, or Geodude, I can't remember. Maybe Krabby, who cares? I had Ed... No one will ever replace Edgar the Kingler, you know? But let's go to the Pokemart and sell this Pearl, me daughter Pearl. Because the Pearl that Harry Jr. was holding, that's actually, its only use is to sell... No, I didn't press that button. Its only use is to sell it, along with this nugget, so we might as well sell that as well and get Moony. I almost sang... Look, I have 2 berries now. Look at that. I've actually been, like, every day, well, not every day, but now and then I've just been turning on the game and going over to that bush on the route north of here to get berries, so that someday I can actually show, us repairing, healing Miltank. Olivine Lighthouse, also known as the Glitter Lighthouse, that's nice. Those, like, things down there, the rocks, they look like the spikes in Stardust Fields in, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Let's just head on up in this lighthouse, cause our rival, told us that the gym leader is actually here in the lighthouse, so let's go have a look and see what's up. In the past, Pokemon used to light the sea around Olivine at night. The lighthouse was made in honor of those Pokemon. I don't know, I presume they're talking about Staryu and stuff like that, I don't know. People train at this lighthouse, it's not easy to climb because of all the trainers. Oh, so I guess this is just going to be one of those nice videos where I just do nothing but battle. I don't have my crazy coffee with drinking chocolate and dark chocolate Kit Kat with me today. What I actually have with me today is just a cup of tea. So, and look, we have Dido and we have Harry Jr. That's so let's take on this guy, see what he has. This is no place for playing. Man, I've been playing recently. You guys may have noticed that OXFoo put up a video for... Man, I wish we knew an electric attack. I don't know what Dido is going to learn, whether she's going to learn Spark or what, but you might notice that, like, as I was going up to get those berries, I actually ran into some wild Pokemon, so I did, like, get the chance to battle some things. And wow, I didn't think Dido would be faster than Noctowl. Oh, you're not going doing that. Look, I only realized that, like, Dido is like a parafusion asshole. Like, look at this, like, Thunder Wave and Supersonic. She'll be even worse, like, because as far as I know, Dido, like, is going to learn Confuse Ray sometime soon. And Confuse Ray and Thunder Wave is, like, the most big assholey combination. But as I was saying, you guys may have noticed that OXFoo put up a video for Classic Sega Summer of a game called Shiny... That did fuck all. It's that stupid special defense of his. We might as well switch out to... Not Audrey 2. That's Blackula. Nothing else is going to do that good, because, like... Even though Harry Jr. has Aurora Beam, first of all, like, Noctowl's special defense is quite monstrous. And Harry Jr.'s special attack isn't as good as his physical attack, so... We'll just let Blackula take this one. And, then... Dido will get the experience, but he put up a video of a game called Shining Force 2, which is a game that I rented out, I think, twice, at least once when I was smaller, and it's a tactical RPG for the Sega Mega Drive. And I had completely forgotten about it. I had forgotten I'd even ever played it before. I'd forgotten the game existed because I only rented it out once or twice. When I was small, like when I was like 5. And you know, 5-year-olds aren't usually that good at tactical RPGs, so I didn't get that far in it. But I do remember now that I remember actually playing it, I remember that I actually really liked it when I was small, do you know, that kind of way. And that I thought it was cool, because, like, it has that whole fantasy thing going on, and, like, I used to love, like, we used to watch the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon, and it kind of has that kind of vibe to it. Man, I never feel Dido's sleep. Dido's still asleep. If she's not careful, she's gonna go down with this ship. But, so, I recently got it again, because I don't know if you saw it on Twitter, but I got the, on Steam, I got the Sega Classics collection. I'm not going for battling that thing, but that's another Harry Jr. I just have to say it like that because it sounds really funny. Harry Jr. I got the Sega Classics collection on Steam, which is €30 for 40 Sega Mega Drive games, and they're all really good ones as well. Like there's like loads of cool ones, like Decap Attack. Oh my god, that's the one. That's the next game I'm doing for Classic Sega Summer, definitely. But like €30 for 40 games is pretty good value. It's like 75 cents a game, you know. So, like that means I have loads of games that I played before when I was small, and I can also do them for the Classic Sega Summer now, all summer, you know. But Shining Force 2 is one of the games in that collection. And I've been playing it a lot recently, and I love it. I think I'm actually addicted to that game. It is so good. That sounded like when Ferris Bueller is in the bathroom, and he's like, if you have the means, I highly recommend picking one up. It is so choice, like that. It's like that's what it sounded like when I said that. Well, like it's appropriate because I would like to echo Ferris's sentiment on. Ferris's sentiment as I talk about Shining Force 2, because it is so good. I love it. It's just so fun. And like I was saying to OXFoo, there are loads of these, like, do you know the way the SNES, there are loads of, like, well, not loads, but there's a large amount of RPGs that are really well, like, first of all, there are RPGs for the Super Nintendo that are really well remembered, like Secret of Mana and Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy 4 and 6 and whatever. And then there are like lots of other ones on the Super Nintendo that have like a real cult status, where, like, do you know, well, like there are actually, because the Sega Mega Drive was out at the same. Okay, let's finally heal Dido's sleeping. She's sleeping on the job. I can't believe I called her Dido. That's the weirdest thing. At least I have all these awakenings. Dido, like who calls a lantern or a chinchou Dido? But because the Sega Mega Drive was out at the same time as the Super Nintendo, like obviously there are parallels between the kinds of games that were released on them, and there are actually quite a few. There are actually quite a lot of RPG, well not a lot, but like just as many as on the Super Nintendo. There are quite a lot of RPGs that were released on the Sega Mega Drive, and for some reason they're just practically completely forgotten. I mean, Shining Force 2 and Shining Force and Shining in the Darkness are examples of really good tactical RPGs, you know? Well, like, Shining in the Darkness isn't a tactical RPG, that's like a dungeon game, but Shining Force and Shining Force 2, like, they're really good tactical RPGs, and, like, I don't know, I just think it's a shame that, that just because of the chaos of history, that they just haven't, and because the Super Nintendo kind of had a larger and longer lasting, following than the Sega, you know. I just think it's a shame that a lot of these games have been left in the dust, but that's what I think is great about the Classic Sega Summer that Sweet Victory and Awesome Sauce have organised, is because it brings to light all of these oh my god, go Harry Jr. Harry Jr. It brings to light all of these amazing games once more. It kind of lifts the lid off a lot of these games that have just been put away in the dark crevices of history, never to be seen again, you know. And I think it's great because it's after reminding me of quite a lot of games that I played when I was younger that I had forgotten I played, you know. And like I just find it great to be able to have the chance to like play these games again and to show them off again to you people, you know. So I think it's like, I always harp on about Classic Sega Summer. I think it's a brilliant idea, you know. And I think it's fantastic that it's actually garnered support, you know. Use a lemonade, because Harry Jr. likes his lemonade, you know. He likes his lemonade. Yeah, like Harry, like I was saying in the last video, like Harry Jr., like I'm not going to be able to evolve him into a cloister. Like I was like, oh, I won't be able to evolve him. Well, I wouldn't evolve him anyway, because as far as I know, he doesn't learn Ice Beam until level 50 or something, or 48 or something. So I wouldn't be evolving him anyway, so I don't know why I was saying that. So, I don't know, Harry Jr. could very well become, one of my team's mainstays, you know? I'll send out Harry Jr. again. It's great to finally have something that can just take out all these loads of flying types, you know? If Dido would learn an electric attack, then we'd be golden. Man, I need a sip of tea. All this, like, ranting about Shining Force 2 is... Well, like, it's just, I think it's a really well-polished game, you know? It's so well-polished, and it's so diverse, and it's just... I don't know, like, I couldn't really fault it on anything, you know? So, yeah. Any of you guys who are fans of RPGs in general, especially fans of tactical RPGs, go check out Shining Force. It's one to look out for. Blackula, you're coming up here. I'm not in the mood for dealing with this guy in whatever poly worlds or whatever. Well, no, we might send out Audrey too. I travel the world to train my Pokémon. I wish to battle with you. Oh, that was nice. At least he put it nicely. He wasn't all up in our grill saying, pushing us around. Saying, this, that, and the other, you know? Yeah, Audrey 2 would have been a mistake. We have this Growlithe. Remember James's Growlithe? That was cool. James had a Growlithe that, and his, like, girlfriend, not Jezebel. Yeah, maybe she was Jezebel, I can't remember. His, like, his betrothed, who looked exactly like Jessie, and had a Vileplume. And it was really funny because she had like a Southern Belle accent and the Vileplume had a Cockney accent. So she was like, go Vileplume! And then Vileplume would be like, Vileplume! Like that. Vileplume! And I just thought it was really funny. Can we send out again? Let's send out Dido. I was trying to think of a Dido reference, but there were none that could fit the thing or whatever. Sometimes I like I'm not like a Dido fan or anything, so I don't know, like, well, no, I could take her or leave her, like, you're not gonna way. I'm not one of these people who just goes around bashing music just because I don't like listening to it all the time, you know? You know? And some evenings I do end up randomly listening to Dido for some reason, you know? Because I think, even if you don't like her, the songs that she did release are quite... Blackula is evolving! Holy crap! Man, this is happening way earlier than I expected. Jesus Christ. It seems like only yesterday he was evolving into Golbat, and now Blackula's a Crobat! Da-da-da-da-da-da! Well, geez, that was a turn up for the books. Even I kind of half expected it to happen soon, but I didn't think it would happen this soon. Stats. Geez, nothing's going to stop us now. Crobat, just his speed is nightmarish, and not as nightmarish as Cloyster's defense, though. Okay, you have to go down to the bottom. We're not like, or else you've had enough. You've had enough time at the experience buffet, Blackula. I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I was saying like that you have to admit that the songs that were on her albums were well crafted, popular songs designed, and that they did their job and that they made money. Do you know? Because you can't, like, I don't know. Oh, well, wow, Audrey 2 was the right choice. I actually really like Marill. I think, like, I don't know, I think Marill is just so cool. Marill and Azumarill, I think they're really fun. Do you remember in, like, the Pokemon movie, when, like, in Pikachu's vacation, when, Marill and Squirtle were having the race or whatever? I thought that was quite fun. Of course I have to fight you, the sailor boy. Sailors are both kind and strong, how about you? I don't know, my character seems to be kind of, just does his own thing, you know, that kind of way. Being a silent protagonist and all, like those kind of silent protagonists, like Link and whoever you're playing in the Pokemon, like, in the Pokemon games, by virtue of the fact that they're silent and they don't really express themselves, they kind of have this air of indifference about them all the time, you know? They just kind of, it seems like they just do things when they feel like them, you know, that kind of way. And I think that's really funny. So I don't know, like, I suppose that kind of helps in that, you know, I think that's one of the things about Pokemon, is because Pokemon, you can't really express yourself through the character, or you can't really relate to the character. You have no, you can't really, like, you can't really see yourself in any one character or whatever, and because of that, you kind of end up, oh, that might be actually really useful. Because of that way that you can't really relate to the character. What am I gonna, I'll go over Reflect. Poison Powder is too useful. Because of that, you end up expressing yourself through the Pokemon that you have on your team, do you know? And I think the Pokemon that a person has on their team says a lot about them, do you know? About what kind of values they have. Is this like after turning out to be the right way or something? That'd be kind of weird. I really want to test drive Blackula, plus Audrey 2 just got a level up. I'll probably bring out Reaper in the next battle. I wanted to battle Jasmine, but she's not up to it now, so how about you? Yeah, maybe we did end up going the right way. Like, you can tell a lot about, like, the kind about people by just because of their team, you know? Like, you can tell by a person's team whether they're the kind of person that... Man, if we knew a flying attack... Actually, Blackula, when we get to Fly HM, Blackula, because he's a Crobat now, sorry, just something popped into my head. Because he's a Crobat now, he'll be able to learn Fly, which is really... That's going to do jack shit. Looks D2. 2? I can't do 2! Let's just say it's 200. Oh, he's doing the low kicks, the sis boom ba. That's the noise it makes in red, blue, and yellow. Sis boom ba, like that. Like Flavio's boom bassa boom. I'm after losing track. Oh yeah, I was talking about how you can tell like what kind of person a person is by the Pokemon. I didn't even see what they have in their team. Oh, Poliwhirl. Like, if you can see that it's a person who doesn't really care about... Like, if it's the kind of person who's after making a team based around a certain specific strategy, or if it's the kind of person who just has their favorites on their team, if it's the kind of person who just likes... Why did I use Focus Energy twice? That was just dopey. Or if it's the kind of person who just picks what's strong, you know? Or if it's the kind of person who obviously likes ghost types, or this type of Pokemon, or things like that, you know? Like, I think that's really interesting. Like, whereas, like, in RPGs and, like, Final Fantasy, like, in Final Fantasy games and stuff like that, there's always at least one character that you kind of can relate to, and that you see elements of yourself in, you know, that kind of way. Like, there invariably is, because they're designed to be that way. Because the fact that RPGs are generally story-driven means that they have to rely on catharsis on your part to make you want to play the game, and the only way and one way in which they attempt to achieve that is by making you able to empathize with the characters, and the way they do that is by making you see yourself in them, you know? That's why they're always based on character archetypes. And that's why they always have on a party a rate. Like, if they had like a party, like if there was a Final Fantasy game whose whole party was just kind of the same kind of character, which is kind of more actually, which is kind of, it happens in real life that birds of a feather flock together, you know? Oh, hi, Alan. Howdy! It's me, Alan. Isn't it nice out? Want to battle? It's not going to be a repeat of the last time we met. I'll be around Route 36. See you later. Yeah, I'm nowhere near there, so I'm not going to bother. See you, Alan. I love the way they don't even give you a chance to talk. It's kind of funny. But yeah, like, whereas in real life, birds of a feather flock together, and you could end up with kind of all the same people hanging around in a group. In, like, Final Fantasy games, they always end up with, like, a variety of different characters to try and appeal, so that there's always going to be one that appeals to any particular player. Oh, here we are. We just ignored Jasmine. Hey, Jasmine. This Pokemon always kept the sea lit at night, but it suddenly got sick. It's gasping for air. I understand that there is a wonderful pharmacy in Keanwood. I switch between Seanwood and Keanwood. I switch between both of them. But that's across the sea. And I can't leave Amphi unattended. May I ask you to get some medicine for me? Please? Sure thing. I mean, poor Amphi. Its breathing is terribly laboured. Aww. Geez, poor Amphi. Amphi the Ampharos. Jasmine is such a kind of an interesting character, though. I mean, okay, what way are we going here? There's like a second way to go up. Jasmine is kind of an interesting character. I mean, like, I can't remember if they showed her like in the anime, like that she was such a kind, compassionate person, and then as soon as she was in battle, she was just crazy, furious. You know, she was great vengeance and furious anger, like Jewels. Yeah, she is. I thought that was kind of interesting. Jasmine is kind of a cool gym leader, I don't know. Sailor Kent wants to battle. But yeah, I switch between Seanwood and Keanwood, just because it's spelt, like, C-I-A-N is how you spell the name Kean, which is really common over here. So, like, when I saw it first, I used to say... I could have sworn I put Furby at the top. So when I saw it first, I I automatically pronounced it Keanwood, because that's I see that word so much in people's names, you know, the name Kean, because it's an Irish name. And then, like, I think in the anime, I think they pronounced it Seanwood, so I started switching between the two, which, I don't know, like, I don't get hung up on pronunciation. That's why it drives me fucking bonkers when I see people, like, giving Amanda smack about, like, talking smack about how she's supposed to pronounce this, that, and the other. Because for fuck's sake, like, I mean, who's gonna catch you? The pronunciation police, like, I mean, I think it's more fun if people just pronounce things whatever the hell way they want, you know? Especially in games where, like, what TM is that? That's Shockwave from 3 on, isn't it? TM34, I think that's Shockwave. What's Swagger in this one? Swagger Jagger. Oh, that's a stupid song. It's Huckleberry Hound singing about whatever. I don't know. Huckleberry Hound singing about whatever. Okay, let's bring back out Harry Jr. What was I saying? I was saying, like, I mean, especially, like, that's one of the fun things about games, is that everyone can pronounce things the way they want, you know? And it's kind of, I find it really interesting, like, because in Ocarina of Time, like, I always say, I used to always say Kakariko Village instead of Kakariko Village, and now I kind of, like, I still say Kakariko most of the time, but I kind of, like, sometimes I say Kakariko, but I don't think it really matters, or things like how I say Nairu, Feror, and Din, and I've always said that since I was a child. But, like, just because other people might say Ferore and Feror, like, with the accent on the second syllable, and Nehru and things, doesn't mean I'm gonna get my knickers in a twist about it. Like, these fucking assholes who go on her videos and they're like, it's not pronounced that, it's pronounced this. How would you pronounce, like, how... You try pronouncing something without any teeth, like, how would you try... Jesus Christ, I'm getting so, like... I'm just like, how about you try pronouncing it without any teeth? Man, Jesus, that... Okay, that... I don't think I meant to get that, like, intense about the whole thing, but it really annoys me, you know? It's like in the Blues Brothers when the guy says, try eating corn on the cob with no fucking teeth, like that, and he says it really funny. Yeah, we're just gonna take out these suckers with Harry Jr. Harry Jr. Another thing I notice about RPGs is that the standard format of RPGs seems to just borrow from the Wizard of Oz. Like, if you look at RPG, like, general RPGs, they kind of just... They're the Wizard of Oz. I mean, you start off on your own. Like, let's say in Final Fantasy games and in Paper Mario games and all that kind of stuff. You start off on your own, and you end up kind of picking up this raggle-taggle bunch of friends on your way to your end goal, you know? And then, like, just like there's the Cowardly Lion in the Wizard of Oz, sometimes you have, like, you have, like, scary enemies turned friends, you know? It happens all the time, and I just think it's really interesting. I don't know. I don't know whether that's on purpose or what. I don't know. Whether they were, like, consciously going, oh, like, this happened, and this is like the Wizard of Oz. I don't know. This is like the Wizard of Oz. I don't know, that's what they always reminding me of. They always make me think of the Wizard of Oz. But, cause, like, in what, well, no. I just can't stop talking today. Sometimes I don't have anything to talk about, and I'm just talking about what's happening in the game. And other days I just can't stop talking about stuff, you know? But, yeah, we're coming up to the end of this video soon. We'll just finish off the Lighthouse. But, oops, they crashed. Your Mohawk or whatever. Any other goons down here? Oh yeah, I think this is the end, is it? Harry found rare candy. Ooh, that's actually really useful. I usually hold on to the rare candies until someone actually levels up. Because I don't see any point in using a rare candy on someone who's, like, going to level up anyway after battling 2 more Pokemon, you know? So I usually... What I'll probably do is I'll wait until, like, Dido levels up. Which, how close is she now? 1009. I'll probably wait until Dido levels up, and then use the rare candy on her. So yeah, according to I almost call her Jasmine. According to Jasmine, we need to go across the ocean waves to Keywood City or Seanwood City or whatever, in order to pick up some special medicine for Amphidiampharos. I think I'm pretty much going to take these Pokemon with me. Like the Pokemon I have in the box, I might switch out. I think I'll keep Blackula for now, because I'm definitely probably going to use Blackula in the next gym, and I won't use him in the gym after that, which happens straight away, so... I don't know what to do. Vixen isn't going to be that useful because we're going across the waves. Furby is probably going to be useful in the next gym, along with... Harry Jr. probably won't be. Dido won't be either. Though I might use Dido just for the whole paralysis stuff, because that can be really handy. Reaper is useful for... Anyway, I'm not going to talk about this. I'm going to keep this team. So yeah, there we are. A nice, like, 26-7 minute video. And I'm going to say thanks a million for watching this week's episode of Let's Play Pokemon Silver with me, RockPaperMario. See you next time. Bye.